What's up, gents? Yeah, what we're going to talk about today is how much room there is left on the table, man. How much room there is left on the table. Someone in yesterday's video was like, yo, I want to hear your expertise on security, not your other stuff. Okay, I don't know what to tell you, man. You should follow my business page, Bravo Research Group, because that's all about security, our company, what we do, how we serve people. It's awesome. This page is my personal Instagram. So fortunately and unfortunately, if you watch this page, you have to deal with me as the person, and hopefully I do God and everyone else attached to me justice. But anyways, so this is what I was thinking about today while I was working out. I think there's some value here for a lot of men out there, and it's just how much meat there is left on the bone. It's how much is left on the table. You know, I've spent a lot of my life looking in the mirror being like, nope, this is not good enough. This is not all right. It is not like Byron. Hey, you're 30, 39. You're 39. You're halfway through your life if you're lucky. And this is it, dog. This is it, bro. And like, you know, don't get me wrong. I know there's this attitude now within and it's a very feminine attitude in my opinion, which is not bad. Like, it's a good thing. There's a place for it and there's a time for it, generally with the women. But when it comes to being a man, you've got to understand that only really one thing's going to matter, and that's what you can achieve. That's it. People will listen to you. They might even pretend to be sympathetic, but like what you're going to find is like literally all that matters is what you can achieve. Like, they're just going to be like, oh man, that's tough. And you're either a winner or you're a loser. In the word of one of my, not one of my favorite movies, but a great movie, you're either a doer or you're a don't-er, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, this is not good enough. I'm not happy with this. Like, my forefathers, my ancestors, my God that I'm here to represent, like the God, all these things, all these people are counting on me, and this is it. You're halfway through your life and you ain't even got a full 6-pack yet. You got like a 2 to 4-pack, depending on how you're behaving. Like, this is as strong as you are. This is as smart as you are. This is as good as you are. This is how much money you're able to make. This is how much opportunity you're able to generate. Your employees, your guys that serve with you, this is the amount of wealth you can bring them based on everything that this is as good as it is. This is it. This is it. This is as good of a house you can, is that really, buddy? That's, you know, and if you don't have something inside of you that is not settling, then you got to find that somewhere. There's no explaining man's indifference towards himself. So I know this message is not for everybody, but there are for sure men listening, and young men, especially young men listening, that are like, I want more. Like, I want to become, I want honor. I want significance. I want to be able to bring that to my Heavenly Father. I want to be able to represent the best version of my lineage, right? Like, I want my wife who, I want to be a good bet for a woman, right? Like, you know, you got to think through this whole, finding a wife thing or a partner thing. And you got to think, people throw a lot of salt on females for, looking for a man that is able to provide great provision and protection. But that's the model, homie. You know what I'm saying? Think about it as a female. She's gonna bet on you. I know they're all independent, they can do whatever they can do, you know. But really, honestly, realistically, she's going to bet on you. If you even looked at it as a just straight peer-to-peer partnership where you weren't secretly still responsible for all the provision and all the protection, even though they like to act like you're not. Even if it was just a straight peer-to-peer, you know, you look at another person you're going to join forces with, is this man strong enough for me to link shields with and for him to be a good bet? You got to look at it the way they look at it, which is like it or not, statistically and everything, one that studied this out, you need to be a good bet, right, for someone else. And so you've got to look in the mirror and you've got to think to yourself, how can I become a good bet for someone else? Your kids, they don't get to pick, bro. They got paired with you. They just woke up one day and it's hey, this dude's got to be the hero. This dude's the dude. This guy's the guy. My dad has got to be the hero. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, so many of us men are like in bed being like, coming up with apathetic reasons to not believe in yourself, not go after anything more, not represent your God with power, love, and discipline, right? And so what I'm saying is, you need to start to become the hardest person on yourself in your life. And until you understand that love language, you're just simply not gonna go anywhere. You need to honestly, I really, you know, there's a lot of different opinions out there, but I've never found someone more powerful than me in a number of areas that doesn't have this mentality, right? Like, you need to be disgusted with your level of weakness and lack of competence and lack of ability to perform at high standards. Like, you need to literally be like, I freaking can't stand the fact that I'm still overweight and I still haven't figured out my finances and I still don't get to walk around with authority, and I'm still not respectable. Like, people should look at you and be like, okay, like, what does he have to say? You should walk into a room full of power, love, and discipline, and any evil male in that room should be like, dang it. Like, if we roofie these chicks, like, yeah, it's gonna probably be a problem. You know what I mean? Like, dang it, like, I can't rob 7-Eleven until this fool leaves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how we should be walking the planet. And that literally comes from, masculinity is not a destination, homie. Masculinity is a journey. If I got crystallized right now and said, you know what? Like these hippie people want, you're good enough because you were born, and you need to practice self-acceptance. Like, I don't accept anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no acceptance. It is not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to run faster, run farther, be smarter, achieve more, become more powerful, serve everyone on higher and higher levels, create more opportunity for my guys, create more wealth for my guys, create a better reality for my spouse, become more magnificent by the grace of God. My kids look up at me. I want my kids to look at me and literally be like, look at the world, look at like stupid pop stars and stupid rappers, and then look at me and be like, and then look back over there, because they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're doing it right now. And then look over at the world and be like, looks kind of like fun. And then look over and be like, that's magnificent. That is holy. That is set apart is what that holy word means. That's power. Like, look at my pops. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite moments was one of my sisters, man. I seen the dude hit on one of my sisters. My dad is abominable, all right? Like I'm a relaxed, calm, like, reasonable version of Byron. My dad's like a Tony Montana meets Donald Trump. He's a successful businessman who'd been shot at point blank range with a shotgun, didn't die, and was still like I might still have to shoot him. Like, I don't know if I can fight him yet. But I'm just saying, like, so my dad's like this, and one of my favorite moments, I'll tell this story to the day I die. One of my sisters, this dude like reaches out to her, and she looked at this cat with this disgust, like, I can't bring you home to my dad. Do you understand? The manner of man, like, he's gonna laugh just because you could talk sweet and you got some Jordans on. Do you understand the manner of man? I see my pops, these dudes try to come home. My sister, he'd make them say the Lord's Prayer. If they don't know the Lord's Prayer, they gotta go home. If they come back, they can say the Lord's Prayer. Let me see you do 100 push-ups. If you don't do good enough, you gotta go home. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole conversation around, you know, female safety and the reality that women are kept safe through wisdom and values. That's a whole nother conversation. Like, you learn your Judy chop, learn how to use guns and knives, but realistically, it's going to be wisdom and values. But anyways, so, and women that are able to roll with that are the ones that literally avoid 90% of the things that you see happening to women on the planet. And for the other 5%, they learn how to use guns and knives. But anyways, so that's the type of man that I think we should be striving to be. The type of man that walks in power, love, and discipline in such a way that the people who have bet on us, spouses, friends, employees, co-workers, the people who sent us here, our forefathers, God himself on a mission sent us here on a mission, and the people who have been matched up and paired with us, our children, our parents, we need to operate in a way that brings all of them glory, in a way that makes them proud, that we're in their lineage. And that comes from not being satisfied with who you are and where you're at. One of the most insidious, and I'll try to end it with this, one of the most insidious levels of arrogance that is super unproductive and toxic is this whole arrogance around, I'm good enough the way I am and no one can tell me anything and I'm just going to be contentment. I think maybe in female psychology it's acceptable, like it's like maybe they need that, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you as a man, for men, it is the absolute kiss of a mediocre, insignificant death. And I'll tell you that there are so many men committing suicide as a result of insignificance that leads to a lack of honor and dignity and respect. And the atrophy of identity, which is what us veterans go through, or anyone who goes through a massive transition and realizes that they cannot maintain the same level of self-actualization in the new environment and realms and contexts they find themselves in after that transition. The atrophy of identity takes place because of a lack of implementing the disciplines that I'm talking about. And men's soul, your soul will die before you commit suicide. You'll die energetically. And that's what's happening to so many men, because they're not taking responsibility for becoming who they are and becoming better. And this is an uphill battle because all the other forces in your life, your mom, your wife, your kids, all those people who it's not their job to earn respect like you are. You need to walk around the planet being respectable. Like they need to look at you and be like, I can't do what that guy does. Nope. That's why he's daddy. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's husband. Like, I can't. Like, do you have any idea who my guy is? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes want to fight for respect. And like, you need to respect me because no. There's a place for that. There's a place for letting it be known how things should run. But realistically, like, you need to just show up in such a way that people are like, my goodness, this man is respectable. And that comes from facing yourself every single day, which is the ultimate love language. And then when you start to master that, then you'll have something to give and to lead. And leading through righteousness, through not like any kind of religiosity term that you guys, that has been overused. I mean, leading from righteousness, from right standing, meaning I've been facing dragons this whole time. You're gonna face your dragons now because you've been watching me for 5 years murder all the dragons in my life. And I see that there's one in your life. And now we're gonna handle this, and I'm with you, and it's gonna be okay. And you can hold their hand through the most important battles and pain points in their lives, so that they can get to the next level. The same way God's been holding your hand through all the battles and pain points, so you can get to the next level. The way you interact with them and what you represent to them is nothing more than what your Heavenly Father should be representing to you, and that's the cheat code. Love you. Finna go crush this day. Let's go.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God.